Welcome, welcome, welcome to On Fire to Inspire. I am your host, Aleigha, the Purpose Midwife. I want to thank you so much for joining us this beautiful Tuesday evening. You could have been anywhere else doing anything else, but you chose to spend it with us. And for that, we're totally grateful for that. We do not take it for granted. Yeah, I tell you, I'm excited about the topic. I'm excited about our guests. But before we jump in, I want to thank our sponsors, okay? So thank you, Mom Biz Boss, multiple operational managers. So if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, that's a mom, or you are an entrepreneur, you want to join these ladies. They're mombiz, boss.org, mombizboss.org. And I'm telling you, they have a plethora of all kinds of businesses. And you have an opportunity to connect, collaborate, and glean and learn from each other. And that's mombiz, boss.org. We have Come Dance with Mina. If you go on Facebook land, go look up Come Dance with Mina, MENA. If you're trying to get in your health and wellness and you're taking care of that physical temple, I tell you, it's so awesome. We have Zumba on Mondays at 6 p.m. You can do virtual or in-person sessions. And also on Thursday, there is Zumba and line dance, virtual or in-person classes. So awesome, awesome, awesome classes. Come Dance with Mina over on Facebook. If you need leadership training or any kind of training by a John Maxwell certified trainer, I have my big brother and pastor apostle Ricky D. Surrett. He's also the author of Leadership Inside Trajectory. So if you don't have that book in your arsenal, you want to get it in there. And you can book him or get that book at iworkfaith.com. Finally, no, not finally, because I saved mine for last. Next, we have sensational-galore.com. Sensational-galore.com. I tell y'all, the body butters are handmade. The body scrubs, all handmade. And they have 22 different fragrances for the ladies and 7 different fragrances for the guys. So you want to take a look at them and go get to order your products. Lip glosses, they have lip glosses, ladies. They have lashes, you name it, bonnets, you name it, they have it. Sensational-galore.com. Well, thank y'all so much. And again, if you need any of my books and you don't have them, www.onfiretoinspire.com. You can get any of my books. You have all of them, from the children's book that teaches foundational English and Spanish. That one's entitled A Learning Book Just for Me. We have On Fire to Inspire, the book that actually preceded the show. We have a couple of ebooks, and then we have the Affirmations Color Book and the Affirmations Journal. This is the time to make sure that you're checking in with you and you're saying yes to you. And so you use those as a tool to help you say yes to you. And you can find those tools at onfiretoinspire.com. And so without further ado, we're going to bring on our guest, y'all. Tonight, we're talking about whole body wellness. You know, a lot of times, the beginning of the year, we talk about getting in shape and losing weight. But what about the whole body? Not just the physical body, but whole body. We're going to talk about that with wellness coach, my new friend and sister in Christ, Terri Byrd. Welcome to On Fire to Inspire. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here, sis. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Welcome to the platform. I want you to introduce yourself to the On Fire to Inspire listeners.
Well, my name is Terri Byrd, and I am a holistic wellness coach, and I'm a planet shaker. When I walk into a room, I shift atmospheres. Everybody's not always happy about that, but I'm okay with it. And I help you to shake up your life, to interrupt the patterns of not being well, to move you into that space of total body wellness. And I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. And I thank you so much for sharing your platform with me.
Oh, it's my pleasure, my pleasure. So since we're talking about that topic, I love to ask my guests, what does whole body wellness mean to you? What does that topic mean to you?
You know, it's so funny, as we started to talk about what I would discuss tonight, that topic has really been being really deeply rooted. because I've thought on it and I've kind of meditated on it more. I think I know that whole body wellness is the three dimensions of man. You know, many years ago when I was a kid, my mom read a book by Kenneth Hagin, and he entitled it The Three Dimensions of Man: body, soul, and spirit. And the
Right.
soul, the soul encaptures our emotions, our mind, right? And
Mhm.
so many times in our wellness journeys, we treat those three things like they're separate, but they're not. The soul and the spirit are housed in this body, and we have to care for them all simultaneously in order to really experience complete wellness. And when any one of them is misaligned, we find ourselves in despair, we find ourselves in sickness, we find ourselves not showing up as our 100% authentic selves. So whole body wellness is addressing all of those and treating them as the one that they are, to work together so that we can be our best and live our most fulfilled lives.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So when you did a seminar that I actually attended, and you talked about the toxins that we're exposed to. And so talk about that because that blew my mind.
Absolutely. So I was actually on a call with Dr. Ashley Anderson. She's one of the folks here at doTERRA, the company I've partnered with, and she talked about how the average woman is exposed to over 167 toxins before she walks out the door in the morning. So we are talking about our personal care products, our body washes, our soaps, our shampoos, the things we wash our clothes with. And so many of us have plug-ins plugged in to make the house smell good, but those things are so toxic to us, and we don't even realize the health issues that they can cause us. And it's a simple, easy way to just, we call it a ditch and switch. Trade out the toxic things that you have. We're going to be exposed to toxic things, right? We get in our cars every day, we're out and about. If you're walking down the road and a car drives by, you're getting that exposure to the carbon monoxide from that engine. But the idea is in your home and in your life to reduce the amount. So we swap out our cleaning products for natural products. We swap out even our medicine for essential oils. We swap out our supplements for things that are bioavailable, which means the body recognizes them and knows what to do with them so that we can literally live the best life.
Wow. So what when people are just like completely toxic from all of these different things, whether it's through the foods and what they're taking in their home, what they're taking in outside, what where is that? What do you see? What are the symptoms, or what's the word I'm looking for? What are the results of that?
Sure, absolutely. Well, believe it or not, a lot of the respiratory issues that people suffer with, whether it's asthma or bronchitis, even the allergies throughout hay fever season, right? Those seasonal threats, that shows up. And then it can be even deeper than that. I had a young woman on my team. She had a neighbor years ago whose wife had brain tumors. And this was long before we knew about holistic wellness and long before we knew about, the effects of all of these things. And finally, they went to a neurologist, and the neurologist looked and said, because they'd run all these tests and they really couldn't find the root cause of why she was having these experiences. And the neurologist looked and said, "Do you have are you using plugins, and are you using the blue water that you hang in the back of the toilet?" And he was like, "Yes." He was like, "Go home and unplug it all and get rid of that." Because every time we flush our toilets, whether you realize it or not, that's why I remember years ago, Dr. Oz said, close the lid. That spray splatters all over everything in your bathroom, your toothbrushes. It travels, right? Because we've got molecular things that can't be seen with the naked eye. And turns out, as she started to detox from those things to get rid of those chemicals and the air fresheners and the plugins, those tumors began to shrink. And she lived many years after that, where they were giving her up to not be around much longer because they were growing. And that, like I said, that was a decade ago, before we knew all of the things that we know now.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So tell us, oh, I see a question in here. What are some natural cleaning products?
Well, the company that I part with, doTERRA, we have two lines. We have our On Guard line, which our On Guard essential oil boosts your immune system. And we have a whole product line for anything from cleaning the toilets and to dishes to laundry pods, all of those things that actually take care of the dirt and the germs and help you to still boost your immune system, take care, not have to deal with some of the things that you deal with chemical products. We also have our Abode line, which is another one. All natural products, and all of our oils are 100% pure. That's the other thing that's different about a lot of companies. They will tell you, oh, it's pure essential oils, but pure essential oils are not regulated by the FDA. So, for example, you can go to a grocery store, and one of the things we always say is that friends don't let friends buy their oils at the grocery store. Or the whole or the the Whole Foods or anything like that. You want to get pure quality because it's about how it's grown, how it's distilled, how it's harvested. The one reason that I partner with doTERRA is because they ensure that every oil is 100% pure. When you get a bottle of oil, it's 250 drops in a 250 milliliter bottle. It's all that oil. So if it's lemon, it's all lemon. There's no fillers, there's no synthetics, there's nothing else in there that would bring harm to the body. It's all to be able to heal the body and to take care. So we so we hold on a second. I'm sorry. Life is life, and
That's true.
so we, that's the big thing. So those two lines I have swapped out for my cleaning products. So there's no none of the Mr. Cleans or the Fabulosos. If you read the label in those things, you don't want to clean your house with those things because you're breathing that stuff in, and you don't want your family exposed to those, especially if you've got small developing children. We have no idea the effects that these things have on our family.
Wow. Next question is asking, I take several medications. What are recommended helps to with all the toxins that I'm ingesting?
Definitely. Well, that's the other beautiful part, right? As you are starting to make this wellness journey, keep taking your medication because that's important. But now you can add in supplementation that will help your body to heal. doTERRA's products heal at the cellular level. So they help us to repair. My most recent experience, I had a total hip replacement back in December because unfortunately we didn't have an oil for that. Girl, I tried. But so in my healing process, though, they sent me home with a bag full of drugs. They sent me home with muscle relaxers. They sent me home with painkillers. I didn't use any of that. I used 100% pure oils. I used our Copaiba soft gels to help manage the pain. Copaiba is kind of like the CBD minus the THC. And I used lemongrass, marjoram, frankincense in a capsule, and that was my pain medication. And in addition to that, I made a blend of good oils that are good for the skin. My scar is almost non-existent at this point. I'm starting to get feeling. Here I am at 6 months in. I'm starting to get feeling. And when they cut through the layers of your skin, it's numb for a long, long time, if it ever comes back.
Mhm.
And I just went to the doctor for my 6 month checkup. He was even amazed. So it's not about being anti medicine per se, but it's about being proactive and being pro health. So you do have ways that you can supplement, that you can add in to start to handle some of the things that you're dealing with. I'm co-hosting a 90-day reset right now. On August 1st, I'm probably going to start a new group to be able to detox the body. First, we prepare. It's 3 months. You prepare the body the first month because a lot of us, the pathways are blocked. So even if you're having things like eczema with skin eruptions, if your skin is reacting, it's because your other two pathways are blocked, right? Because the ways that we detox the body are through our poop, through our urine, and through our skin. And by the time it's coming through your skin, it's because those other pathways are blocked. So there's definitely other ways to do it. And if you're open to natural solutions, there are it's a wonderful process. And to watch your body heal. I mean, Aleigha, I'm 55, getting ready to be 56 in November. I'm not on a walker. I'm not on a cane. You met me a month ago. There's no limp. And even most recently with the doctor, he was even surprised. My x-rays, my hip is totally in line with the other. There's no, everything healed well. But I know that's because that I was using proper supplementation. We have a bone nutrient complex. We have a women's phytoestrogen complex that helps manage hormones. For those of us who are on that side of life where everything gets on your nerves.
Everything is doing it. Everything
Everything.
is life.
So yeah, it's been a blessed journey, and I have been using these products for over 11 years now to take care of the people that I love, and it's a beautiful experience.
Wow. So, as far as the person who's saying, you know what, I hear what you're saying, Terry. I need to take care of my whole body. Where do I start? What would you say? How would you kind of step them through making this shift?
Absolutely. My biggest recommendation is our what we call our lifelong vitality pack. It's our micronutrients, our macronutrients. It's the foundation of health. So doTERRA has a wellness ladder that we kind of follow. The basis of that ladder is nutrition and digestion. So many of the things that we deal with on a regular basis, the things that we suffer from, are right there at that baseline of nutrition and digestion. And I mentioned bioavailability. Most supplements that are out on the market today are only 30% bioavailable. What that means is that if you've used a vitamin or a supplement and your urine is bright yellow or it's green when you go, your body is throwing those supplements off. So you are literally flushing your money down the toilet. Our supplements, your body recognizes them as food. There's whole food nutrients in them. There's essential oils. There is a proprietary blend we have called Alpha CRS that actually helps to repair on the cellular level. So when you start at that basis of nutrition and digestion, that's where I tell everybody to begin. So maybe you get your supplements and an oil or two. And each month you just keep building as you go. You don't have to do it all at once. I'm not one of those folks who believes in, oh, go in the pantry and throw it all out. That food costs money. Costs money. But what I will say is when you get to the end of this particular product, pick a healthier choice the next time. Don't refill on that. And eventually you'll build it up. Eventually you'll get to a place where you go, you know what? I don't need that stuff anymore. If someone
Absolutely.
had told me 12 years ago that I would not be a primarily heavy sugar eater, I would have been like, in what world? But now I actually find, I don't put sugar in my coffee. I don't, and I find sometimes if I get something, I actually go, oh, that's too sweet. It's crazy, but it's true.
I have another question. Is there a supplement for inflammation caused by conditions such as lupus?
We do have, well, first of all, like I said, Lifelong Vitality Pack is going to give you that great basis because it does have things for inflammation. It does address all of those things. And then on top of that, I would add our turmeric dual capsule. It is an encapsulated capsule. It does not dissolve until it gets into your small intestine. And the biggest thing you're going to do is start making some dietary changes to reduce inflammation. For example, stay away from peanuts. They're highly inflammatory. Peanut butter, swap it out for an almond butter or a sunflower butter. And that's what I do as a holistic wellness coach. I help folks to make those changes and make them easy and make them naturally. The thing you have to remember is that whatever situation you're dealing with, you didn't get here overnight. And natural medicine is going to take a process, right? It's going to take a little bit of time for it to for you to see those results. Some people go, "Oh my goodness, I'm not hurting." And that's one of the biggest things that I love to see. Or my stress levels are down. All of those things contribute to our health and our well-being. And if you're dealing with something like a lupus, you definitely want to keep your stress levels low because that only triggers and adds to the inflammation. So one of my biggest go-tos is Aleigha, is my adaptive rollerball. It was created during the pandemic for first responders to help the brain rock the stresses of the day. It comes in a supplement. I took my little supplement before we started talking tonight because I have a tendency to get excited and I start talking a mile a minute. So it helps me to kind of calm down to get to that place. And I call this my stay out of jail free card because as a postmenopausal woman, there are those times when I could quite honestly be carted off to jail at a moment's notice. But what's real easy about this is that I take a little of my roller ball in the palm of my hand and just rub it together and take a few deep breaths.
Okay. Jeffrey says he can't wait to get started. He says, is there anything for a better blood flow throughout the body?
Better blood flow. Again, we are talking about nutrition and digestion. Lifelong Vitality Pack is going to be that foundation. And then we get you moving into metabolism and movement. That's going to be the next level. And your rest and managing stress. Most of us do not get into restorative sleep at night. And so when you don't get into that REM sleep, your body cannot repair itself, it cannot heal itself. It was designed that way. God literally fixed this body that if you put the right things in it and if you give it what it needs, it will repair itself. So yeah, we've got a couple of great oils even as well for blood, for managing those things, getting blood flow moving. Little Shinrin Yoku, which is is our forest bathing blend, actually helps the body to return to homeostasis. So if you were to, it's based on the Japanese principle. They go out into the forest and they actually inhale the trees and walk around. And when you're in that, it takes about 2 hours though for that to happen. And since most of us are pretty busy, we work a job and we're taking care of family and we're doing all kinds of things, we don't really have 2 to 4 hours a day to spend in the forest. So Shinrin Yoku is that blend you put on the bottoms of the feet. You can diffuse it in your diffuser, and that helps to get the body back to homeostasis. It's pretty cool. The science behind all of this is just absolutely amazing.
There was an observation that I just thought about. Thank y'all for joining everybody over on LinkedIn land as well as YouTube. Margarita said, "Amen to that."
Amen
Um,
to that.
Another question. Let me go to this question then a statement, and then I'll come back to my question. Anything for people on dialysis?
Wow, I have not encountered anyone who's dealing with that, but what I can say is we've got tons of books and research and apps. So at the end of our conversation today, I'll make sure everybody knows how to get a hold of me, and we can definitely look it up and see what we need to go and do. Again, I'm going to say that nutrition and digestion is going to be your foundation, and then we can figure out what else we can add to assist with that. And Zendocrine blend, actually, now that you mentioned that, because she's talking about dialysis, our Zendocrine blend is actually to assist the filtering organs. So that would be your kidneys, your liver, your lungs, your skin, all of those filtering organs. That would definitely be something that I would add to that mix.
Okay. So the part that I was talking about to talk about was I just had a vision of when we were at the function that you were on, and you had us unplug all of the plugins that were in there,
Yes.
and you started putting in. You put it. What did you put in again when you had
I
us unplug
put
all?
I put adaptive and Shinrin Yoku in one of the diffusers. We had two going that day, and then
Mhm.
on the other end, I think I put the lemon, lavender, and peppermint for folks who deal with seasonal threats.
Okay, and y'all, when I tell you that it was like you went from this. We walked into the event hall and it smelled good, but when she had us pull everything out and she put those in, it was just like it just completely changed the atmosphere. And you just went into a place of calm and peaceful. You were like, "Ooh, I like this." Everything was all natural. You didn't have to worry about, "Oh my goodness, what am I breathing in?" So I experienced that just 2 months ago. Just experienced this.
Yeah,
Not even 2 months. It's been a month,
it's been a month.
barely, barely a month because that was
Yeah,
the thing in June.
yeah.
So y'all, yes. So so you said you tell them to take it. Don't go cold turkey because that food costs.
What costs money? Listen, I want to say this. My daughter, how I got into this, I'll share a little bit of my personal story about doTERRA, how I really got involved. I was scheduled to become a chef, and I was going to school full time, and I was working full time. And 6 weeks shy of graduating culinary school, I got a blood clot in my leg.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about the devastation. I was making a career change, and in my mind, I had already won Top Chef. I was going there, right? I met this woman in a Walmart. Little did I know that she would become one of my closest sisters and friends. And she introduced me to the oils. About 6 months into my journey with doTERRA, my daughter suddenly had a seizure in school. She was 5 years old. She'd never had anything like that happen. They originally told us, well, she spiked a fever. She probably was coming down with something. And then within the next couple of weeks, she had a few more. The final one that the big one that she had, we were at the movie theater. Literally, we had to stop the movie. You know, the lights came down, and all of a sudden she's in a seizure pattern. And God was so good to us. There was a fireman, a first responder there, EMT. He took her vitals. They shut the theater down. They got an ambulance. We got her to Arnold Palmer Hospital down in Orlando, Florida, one of the best children's hospitals in the country. And one of my closest sister friends from doTERRA, Hope Clark, said, hey, she called me. She said, what do you need? And I said, I need a seizure protocol with these oils because this is not going to be my baby's life. They told me that we pulled out the baby monitors again. They said, do not leave her by herself. She cannot bathe by herself. She will never drive. She will be on this medication for the rest of her life. And I said, no, it will not be so. Hope brought me our Balance blend and our frankincense. And I started putting that on the bottoms of her feet every night and around the belly button because the belly button is where the majority of our blood vessels are in the body. And we used that. The medication protocol was 2 years, no seizures. And we used those oils for 2 solid years along with the medication. In 2016, we moved from Florida to North Carolina. And the month before we moved, I took her for her final neurology appointment. Now, during that first seizure, they found something. It wasn't a tumor, but the doctor explained it as think of like a little glitch. She had a little skip in her brain. Well, I want you to know that that month before we moved to North Carolina, there was nothing on that EEG. She was going every 3 months for an EEG. There was nothing, absolutely clear. They said she doesn't have to be on medication anymore. She doesn't have to, you don't have to worry about anything anymore. And she has not had a seizure since. Prayer and these oils made the difference. And my baby is 16 today. She's getting ready to start her driver's license and do all of those things. Seizures are a thing of the past. And that's really my why. Because when I run into moms who don't know what to do with their sick babies, and I'm able to say, hey, I've got a solution. I've got a natural alternative that can help you and help your baby be well and help your family be financially free. That's why I do what I do. And that that moment will forever be the moment that changed our lives. And in the moment of it, I couldn't understand, God, why would you let this happen? Why would you allow my baby to go through this? Why would you? But I tell you, as I sat at her bedside that first night, I had put a call out on Facebook and just said, "Hey, if you pray, I need you to pray, and I don't even care who you're praying to. I need you to pray. Talk to Jesus, talk to God, holla at Buddha. I don't really care. My baby's in the hospital." And when I tell you, the Lord looked, He says, "Look." Everybody was praying. When I tell you, we got hundreds of folks that were like, we're praying because everybody felt like I had Spencer in my later years in my life. So everybody felt like she was their baby. And when I tell you, everybody was praying. And I've watched down through the years just being able to share and being able to say, hey, listen, there's an alternative. We don't have to settle for sickness. We are empowered to care for these bodies. And God gave us, doTERRA means gifts of the earth. God gave us these gifts. And all we have to do is put them to work. All we have to do is put them to use. There is a better way. And I'm doing my best to let everybody know that there's a better way.
Love it. I tell you. I'm a big crybaby, so you almost had me with you, girl. Because I
Girl,
felt it. Feeling
girl.
when you're dealing with our babies.
Yes, 100%.
Kim asked, while reading labels, is there anything we need to look at to see if it's pure and all natural? Because you know
Well,
everything has a natural label these days.
yeah. First of all, don't believe what's on the front of the label. You got to look at the ingredients. There's a couple apps out there. When it comes to food, I like Food Educate, FOOD Educate. So it's Food Educate. So FOODUCATE, I believe it is,
Okay.
because you can scan the label and it'll give it a letter grade. If it's anything below a B, don't eat it. And if it's got more than 5 ingredients in it that you can't pronounce, do not put it in your body. One of the things that also happened during that journey with Spencer was we changed the way that we eat. I took her off cow's milk. When I researched and found out that cow's milk is primarily pus and blood, I was disgusted. And we're the only mammals on the earth that drink the milk from another animal. Why? We don't need it. Cow's milk was made for baby cows. Cows have 5 chambers in their stomachs that can break that milk down. And that's why a lot of us will say, "Oh, I'm lactose intolerant." No, you're cow's milk intolerant. And it's not really good for you. Get an almond, get a coconut milk, swap it out. It's okay. I promise you'll be all right.
I have another question. Do you have anything to control diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol?
Again, our lifelong vitality pack has been studies have shown that it reduces the lipids in the blood. That's cholesterol. We do have our system, our MetaPower system. It's designed to heal the metabolism. The reason that we are all dealing with belly fat and diabetes like we've never seen before is because our metabolisms are out of whack. And our systems, you have to remember, your body was never created to digest processed foods. That's not how this ever was supposed to work. So, as we have made these changes and we're giving our bodies things like, please don't eat a butter spread, eat butter. Your body knows what to do with pure fat butter. Okay, don't eat all these things that we see. Go get a juice, don't get a drink. If it says drink, don't drink it. You do better to have a juice. So our MetaPower system is actually designed specifically for that, to help manage blood glucose spikes. Because what I've discovered down through the years and what doTERRA has shared with us is that every time your blood sugar spikes, you age. And so, yeah, think about that. And
Mm.
so, I've been really blessed in the last 2 years, since MetaPower was released. I have lost 65 pounds and I have been able to manage blood sugars. My pre-diabetic numbers have dropped. And it's been a wonderful journey. It's nice to be able to move your body when you want to, and the don't believe the, "Oh, I'm aging, it just comes with age." No, we were meant to thrive, not survive, and there's a plan available to do that. And yes, we do have some things that helps to get blood pressure back in normal range. Again, it's going to start with that nutrition and digestion. I can't. When I started with doTERRA, we only had 10 oils, but they've evolved to a lifestyle company now. So we have supplementation that makes so much of a difference, and it's just so powerful and helpful for all of us.
Do you have any products? Marcello or Marcello said hashtag Team Live. Hashtag, do you have any products for those who are going through those uh, peri or post or even menopausal? Because I know a lot of the ladies that have been reaching out was like, "Hey, she got anything that can help me with it?"
Absolutely. Listen. First of all, let me say that personal summers are not cute. Okay. So I want to give you 2 tips. Number one, ease up on your sugar and caffeine. And those are usually the tips nobody wants to hear. But then, yes, we do have our phytoestrogens and our bone nutrient complex, and we have a blend called Clary Calm. And those 3 things together help you to manage. It regulates those hormones. And what I love about it is that our phytoestrogens manage hormones from the prepubescent teenager all the way to the postmenopausal woman. Like I said, these supplements are bioavailable. Your body knows what to do with them.
Wow. I think another thing that amazed me was at that event that you had. You went around the room and you had all of your different oils and you said, what kind do you want to taste? And I was the one that said, since you said we can have all of them if we decided, I said, give me all of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Were you
And
surprised that we could ingest them?
I was so surprised that we could ingest them, yes. And y'all, when I tell you, by the time we left that event, I had to do a show that night. So it was a Tuesday. And I had to come home and get me a nap because I was so relaxed. It wasn't like a, oh my God, this has just put me into a coma type thing. But no, it was like my body was just so so in such a place of rest that I was
Yes.
like, wow, okay, I got to get some of that.
100%.
Yes.
So we do have oils that can be ingested. If it has a supplement label on the side, you can ingest it. And again, our oils are pure. Do not go to the grocery store or anywhere else and ingest oils. Don't do that. I want to really specify that because these oils are grown in the part of the world where they are, that where they grow naturally. So, for example, our bergamot is grown in Italy. That's where those beautiful trees come up, and they're harvested there. And the other beautiful part is that DoTerra has what we call our co-impact sourcing. So when I open a bottle of oil on this side of the world to take care of my family, there's a grower on the other side of the world who's taking care of theirs. doTERRA pays the growers all year long rather than just at harvest time, the way that other essential oil companies do. And if they need clean water, we put in clean water wells. If they need schools, we build schools. Every purchase from doTERRA is a humanitarian act, and that's another reason why I am so excited to be partnered with them and to be able to share, because it's not just affecting us. It's not just, oh well, we're doing well. We're taking care of folks all over the world, and I love that.
Next question.
Yes, I love
Um,
it. Your audience is on fire tonight.
Marcello said that the On Friday Inspired Network is blazing a new trail.
Yes.
Thank you. What would be something good for a person who has a lot of acne? A person that you know the acne is just not their friend. I know that was my story in middle school. What do
Yeah.
you say to a person that that's their story and they're like, look, I'm not a teenager anymore. What do I need to do to get rid of this acne? What would you say to that person?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we need to take a look at what's going on in the gut, because most of the time, like I said, when the skin is reacting, it's because there's something happening internally. We have an amazing probiome system. It's our pre, pro, and postbiotic, and that will help to balance the bacteria in the gut, which a lot of times is connected to acne. We have to kind of look at that. And then on top of that, we've got some incredible skincare systems that are awesome. I use the Virage system. It's got frankincense and all kinds of beautiful things in it. I used to be one that, during that time of month, you would always see a big pimple, a big. I don't even have breakouts the way that I used to anymore. It's all about managing what's on the inside, and that does come out on the outside. We do have a specific, if we're talking specific things, we do have a line called HD Clear, which is kind of more for the acne prone. But honestly, our tea tree, I have nieces and nephews. If they get an outbreak, and mostly they don't anymore because they are, they're taking the vitamins and they're getting their proper probiotic supplements. But if they have the occasional breakout, they'll take our tea tree and just spot treat it, and it's pretty quick to disappear.
Okay. Any are there any fragrances better for relaxing or calming? Some say lavender, or is that not necessarily true? Necessarily true.
Well, each person is very different. And lavender is one that is calming. Like for me, lavender will relax me for a little while. But if I put lavender on before I go to sleep, I will sleep about 4 or 5 hours and I'm up. It doesn't sustain me throughout the night. We do have a sleep system called Serenity. It's a blend of oils. And there's a stick and there's a supplement, and that one, I'm gone for the night. I am out. But when I wake up, I'm rested. I'm not groggy. I honestly don't take the supplement every night. I do use the oil in my diffuser, and I will take the stick and put a little bit on the bottoms of my feet. Bottoms of the feet are great places for essential oils because the pores are larger, and so it gets into the bloodstream right away. And if you're dealing with children, seniors, that's a great place for them to have oils on as well. So I will hit the bottoms of my feet before I go to sleep. If I have had a particularly long day, you ever have one of those long days where you're so tired, but you really can't like rest and your brain won't stop? I will take a Serenity soft gel with that, and I'm sleeping. It's a done deal. We even use Serenity, believe it or not. This is the other part about this, right? We talk about whole body wellness, but we also talk about taking care of the whole family. I use Serenity on the dogs. So in the evenings, like when like 4th of July, when all the fireworks and whatnot were going off, I take a little Serenity with some fractionated coconut oil, run it from the top of their head back down to that down their back to their tail, and they're sleeping. There's no anxiousness, no craziness, not at all.
You use them on the dog. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm telling you, this is how you can take care of everybody in your life, from your kids, your spouse, to your pets.
Wow. Um, the question was is something about any probiotics natural for the gut. Probiotics are natural.
Probiotics are natural for the gut, right? Absolutely. But again, it's about proper supplementation. It's about things that the body will recognize. Our probiotics are the finest in the world, the best strain. You know, doTERRA's oils are tested over 54 times for potency and purity, and most folks, you're not going to get that other places.
Y'all asking some great questions. Thank y'all so much.
Love it. This is such a joy.
you know, another person I can't remember who said it. They said great topic, much needed. Who said that?
You.
I apologize. Oh, it was Kim. Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Kim.
you. And you know what, Mona, Aleigha, I just want to also really quick, because we were talking whole body wellness. The
Mhm.
other thing about this is a lot of our questions tonight have been about physical things, and that's definitely true. But the other part of this is that these oils also work on the emotional level, and they, when within 30 seconds of inhaling a pure essential oil, the brain chemistry shifts, which is why adaptive is such a beautiful oil to use. I've seen it even with, the teenager who is just riled up and upset. I've watched the calm just begin to come. It's an amazing thing. We've got a whole even emotions kit. We've got a whole set of things. I've been able to be a blessing during times of grief for people, with the little diffusing a little of our console and our geranium. Because sometimes, when we're going through things, we don't have the words even to express what we're feeling. We don't have the wherewithal sometimes to even know how to get to the next step. And I've watched these oils be able to support people even in some of the darkest moments.
Mhm. I was remembering you talking about some of the oils being able to help children who are having meltdowns as well. So that
Absolutely.
that was great. Um, Monetta said, God created products, not lab created synthetics. Your body knows how to use what God makes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's one of my doTERRA sisters.
Yeah.
100% Moneta.
Kimberly asked, are there any good exercises for mindfulness?
Absolutely. It's really funny in this reset that Moneta's co-hosting that with me. And we do Wellness Wednesday. And no, we do Work It Wednesday, sorry. And this next week we're gonna have a couple. I have one of the ladies in the group. She does weighted hula hoop. She's a weighted hula hoop instructor. When it comes to movement, I say, and first of all, I don't call it exercise because nobody likes to exercise. But add movement into your day. So a lot of us, we work from home now. We're sedentary, right? If it's no more than get up from the computer, walk to the end of the driveway, turn around and come back, and do that several times throughout the day. Stretching is amazing for the body. And breathe. We've got to breathe. We don't breathe enough. We don't deep breathe enough. So I love any, for me, movement has to be fun. I'm not going to the gym to push weight. I'm not doing that. I have to be able to enjoy myself. So Leslie says Sansone is one of my favorites. She's the walk away the pounds lady. And you can do a 1 mile walk in your living room on the TV with her. So look her up on YouTube. She's got a ton of videos. You can do a 15-minute mile, and that will get you started. And then you have no excuse. If it's raining right now, it's a million degrees outside. I'm not going outside to walk. You can do it right there in the comfort of your own home, under the AC. To me, that's the way movement should be. Let me work up a sweat. I don't want to be burning up just because it's hot outside.
Get it. I get it. Absolutely get it. Let me see if I'm missing any questions over here because they got some good questions tonight. But
Questions.
I'm so glad that you brought, because you answered all the questions. Like you said, most of them have been dealing with physical, or something that in that perspective, but bringing in the emotional piece to it and reminding us to move. Because I have to remember, I work from home as well, so I have to remember to get up and move, or I make myself get up and do some movement, and then I do the line dance and Zumba with dance with me 3 times a week. But if I don't do that, I can sit. I can find myself just sitting the entire day.
Well, the new statistic is that sitting is the new smoking, because we've all become so sedentary. Seriously, right? That our bodies are literally, the strength is leaving us. We don't realize how much sitting it is. It's not a good thing. While I was preparing to do this hip surgery, I set an alarm every hour to get up. I literally set my phone, and every hour I would get up, because if I sat too long, I would get stiff and it would hurt.
Monetta said, regarding mindfulness and mindset, she said, in any easy shift, and excuse me, an easy shift in mindset is to say, I get to exercise instead of I have to. So many wish that they could move their body. So I like that, Monetta. I
Absolutely.
get to do so. Yes, I love that.
Absolutely. Get to. Yep. Well, whenever we come at anything from a perspective of gratitude, right? We
Yes.
get to,
Yes.
so it's true, 100%.
Absolutely. We were talking about what were we talking about? Relaxing. God gave me that a couple of weeks ago, and I said, we have this temple that we have one of, and we get one chance to take care of it because we only have one,
We only
and
have
so we got to make sure we're taking care of whole body, as you said, and it's
100%.
one thing.
One. And it's really funny. I find that we will be obedient to God in so many things, except for what we put on our plates. And I can say this because years ago he checked me. Yeah, it's really funny. God doesn't talk to me in warm, sweet tones. He's like, "Hey, little girl, get over here and do this." He talks to me that way. And he checked me years ago because I remember saying, "Well, I don't, I'm trying this and I'm trying that." I was almost 300 pounds. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And he said, "Will you trust me? Will you listen to me and be obedient to me?" And trust me, when you go to cut that piece of cake and the Holy Spirit checks you and go, put it down, and you really, but I really want it. But he's testing our obedience, right? We're always waiting for God to speak to us in these giant, huge ways. We're going to stand on stages and we're going to do all these wonderful things. And maybe we will. But it begins in the obedience in the simple things. Will you trust him with what you put on your plate? Will you be mindful and listen to someone who says, "Hey, there's a more natural, holistic way for you to do this, and you don't have to be in pain. You don't have to settle for sickness." God sends us all the. I remember that there was a joke that the flood waters were rising, and the man was on the roof, and so the firemen came by in the raft and said, "Hey, man, come on, we got to get out of here. We're evacuating everybody." He said, "No, no, no, you go ahead. The Lord's going to save me." And then a little while later, one of his neighbors came by in a boat and was like, dude, they are evacuating the whole neighborhood. The water is rising. We got to go. No, 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 no. You go ahead. I'm going to be all right. The Lord's going to save me. And then finally, another first responder came through with another little dinghy and was like, just get on. There's room for one more. No, 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 no. I'm okay. The Lord's going to save me. And finally, the man drowned. And when he got to heaven, he said, Lord, I don't understand. Why didn't you come save me? I was waiting for you to save me. And the Lord said, I tried to save you 3 times. I sent the fire department by. You wouldn't get in the boat. I sent your neighbor. You wouldn't get in the boat. I sent the man with the dinghy. You wouldn't get in the boat. What else did you want me to do? And sometimes I think we don't take those little small hints that God is giving us to say, you know what? I need to be obedient. I need to be able to move. I need to be able to take that next step and thrive. He doesn't. It's that still small voice. He doesn't always talk in big, loud, booming tones.
Yeah, I love how you also talked about the movement and the obedience in the movement, because the weight loss helps with your knees not hurting anymore, your hip not hurting anymore, whatever the thing is, like it automatically fixes itself because
It
you're not
really
putting so much
does.
pressure on.
It really does. If we just take those little extra steps, and no, it's not overnight. It's not going to be a quick fix. But you didn't get to this place quick and overnight. So take the time. What I really think is so important is that, like you said, we only have one. If we only had one car to drive for the rest of our lives, how well would we take care of that car? We would clean it, we would wash it, we'd get all the maintenance, right? The oil changes, the brake pads, because we knew we only had one. But we throw our health away in so many ways. And I think it's disrespectful to God to not take care of our bodies. I think I think it's rude when we abuse our bodies with processed foods, toxic chemicals, all the things, and then when something comes up, a diagnosis comes up, we go, "Well, God, fix it." When He gave us the power to not get into that position in the first place, or if we are, to find our way past it and through it. I'm stepping on toes now. They're gonna stop asking questions. They're gonna be like, "Wait a minute."
The truth is the truth, and so like you said, it didn't take overnight, so we can't expect overnight success. You hear so many people saying, well, what about this? Well, can I take this? Or how long did it take me to lose it? How long did it take you to gain it?
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
so looking
And
at,
what, I think if we also really, for me, the thing that really got me in line when things were getting a little crazy, like I said, I'm 55, but I got a 16-year-old. And one day I really sat down and I started to think about, what does her life look like if I'm not here? Or what does her life look like 10, 20 years down the road for her wedding day? Is she not even able to enjoy her pictures and her day because she's too busy going, where's mama? Get mama's oxygen. That's ridiculous. When I have the power in my hands to do better and to make that outcome different, I want to I want to be able to chase my grandbabies one day. I want to be able to be that grandma that is driving. Come on, y'all, we going to wherever. I don't want to be that grandma that's on a walker. Let me tell you something. The hardest part of my recovery with this hip was being on a walker and having a cane. I was, oh, I was just through. And all my, I want to thrive and not survive. I want to live the fullest life abundant. We quote the scripture, right? The thief comes to rob, to kill, and to destroy. But I've come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Well, abundant life is not being hooked to machines. It's not having to get the walker out. It's not having to be in chronic pain. And we have a choice. We literally can do something different.
absolutely. Terry, tell everybody how they can follow you, how they can get some of these products, because some of them are like, I need this, I can't wait to get started. So tell them how they can follow you and how they can do this thing.
Absolutely. So you can follow me on Facebook. I'm Terri Byrd. I'm not hard to find, I promise. I also have a private coaching group on Facebook. It's T Bird Coaches. On Instagram, I am T Bird 111. And on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, I host Wellness Wednesday. It's a virtual Zoom call. I'll throw the link in the chat. You can register, and that will help you get started. You can also go here. I'll throw you my doTERRA.com.
Um,
My link.
Netta says we need to touch on water intake.
Oh, yeah. Well, you 100% need to be drinking more water. And please, 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 you know what? Thank you, Monetta, for saying that. The biggest thing that the biggest tip I can give everybody right now is the one thing that I will say. Remember, I said don't clean out the pantry, but throw out the soda and stop buying it, because soda is full of high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup enlarges the heart. Start drinking more water. You are 90% water. You need it to move your to clear your skin, to move your bowels. You need water. And that is going to be a huge difference in helping your body, because your body cells need water to produce and to move and to regenerate. So yes, absolutely. See, that's why, and that's the other reason why I love this business, because I'm never by myself. I've always got a partner who says, "Hey, don't forget," and I love that. So I also put my link to my website. You can go and check it out. You can purchase. If you've got a question, send me a direct message. Let's talk. Let's. Oh, I know one of the things. If you want to get together with me to do a vitality assessment, go ahead and shoot me a private message. That's probably the best way, in either Instagram or Facebook. Or if you know Aleigha, she'll give you my phone number and you can you can send me a text. I'm always happy to help. I'm happy to always answer questions. Best bet is to sign up for Wellness Wednesday. Come, you'll get a full presentation and really get an understanding of how you can get involved, where to get started, and how all of these things can work together in your life.
What was your IG handle again? I'm sorry.
I'm T-Bird 111.
Okay. All right. Did she answer all y'all questions? Because y'all had some good ones. She had some good ones for y'all. And hold on, y'all. I'm about to paste this over here so that you all can see her how you can get the products, and then how you can schedule a an appointment to chat with her so she can do an assessment.
100%.
Great. Thank y'all so much. They said this was awesome. Awesome session. Thank y'all so much. We're getting awesome session from everybody over in Facebook land, YouTube land. Let's see, probably LinkedIn land too. I'm seeing everything popping up as I'm trying to copy that in. So yeah, that's how you can schedule your assessment with her. That's her Calendly link page, so you can get her to do an assessment with you, and
Absolutely.
then you can get your products from her over here.
Absolutely.
Terry, we truly appreciate you. Hey guys, you remember last week I told you to mark your calendar because we have the my conference that I'm hosting will be October 26th, Saturday, October 26th. And guess what? We're taking care of you mind, body, and soul. And so she's going to actually be coming in and doing our piece about the wellness piece. So she's going to come in. She's going to do, I mean, ooh, she's powerful, y'all. I mean, we even did with the one I went to, we even did hand massages and that stuff she was talking about, rubbing and smelling. Y'all, so you got to be there. So she's gonna have some of our products there to sell. She's gonna actually be one of our presenters to actually bring us into taking care of these temples. Because guess what, y'all? One of my goals, Terry. Let me tell you about my my selfish goal. Okay, one of
Okay.
my goals when I was younger, I said, well, when my baby was younger, I said I got to take care of me because when my daughter graduates from high school, I want people to say, "Is that your sister or your mama?" Right?
Yes.
And now that I get that and she's in college and about to graduate, we still get that. I'm like, okay, God, I got to take even better care of me, of myself. So I love it. That was my selfish goal. but that selfish goal got to be to where I am.
Yeah, but you know what? I always say that self-care is not selfish. You're a
Right.
better you when you take care of you first. And you're a better mama, you're a better everything when you take care of you first. So absolutely good for you for putting yourself on the list.
Yes, we don't do it so often. Any final words from Terry?
I just want you to remember that you are worth taking care of. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. So take care of yourself. Put your wellness as a priority. You'll be grateful. The people that you love will be grateful. You were meant to thrive and not survive. So let's do that.
I absolutely love it. Did y'all hear her? She said thrive and not survive. Because one of the premises of this show is not no longer existing, but moving forth in everything that God has called us to do, utilizing those gifts, those talents and abilities. Girl, I love it. You go, I'm gonna
No,
call
but you can't do what God has called you to do if you're not healthy and strong in your body. So like I said, it's that simple act of obedience. Whatever he's called you to do, you need a foundation of wellness to get it done because you need the strength, you need the stamina, and we are coming into those days when you're going to be busy. So get taken care of. Do it now. Don't wait until a problem arises and you're trying to fix something. While you've got a good level of health, to take care of yourself. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the people who love you and you owe it to God. He gave you a good body. Take care of it.
be proactive and not reactive. I love it, Terry.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will hopefully see you back soon with some new stuff.
I'm excited. Anytime I'm happy to come back. Thank you so much for having me. This is an awesome platform and I'm definitely going to see you on October the 26th, but anytime you need me to come back, I'm happy to do so. Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you. Blessings to you.
You too. God bless. Mwah.
So, y'all, if you miss any of this, you want to share this, sow this interview into one of your family members, your friends. Did y'all hear that she said the ingredients that's in those sodas can enlarge your heart? So some of y'all that's addicted to those Cokes and Pepsis and all these other soft drinks, please put them down. Put them down. It's time for you to take care of your health. Y'all, we will be back same time, same place next week. I'm so excited because God is really opening so many doors for you to learn about how to take care of you. So make sure you're back here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. If you're not able to be here live, guess what? We're on the replay. And do me a favor, go over to our YouTube channel, go to Aleigha the Purpose Midwife, and subscribe. I want y'all, when we end this broadcast, to subscribe, like, and tell me what stood out to you for tonight's session. Y'all said it was awesome, but tell me something that hit your heart or spoke to you. Go over to our YouTube page and do that so that you can continue to encourage Terri, as well as continue to encourage someone else who needs to hear this. I love y'all. See y'all next week. Same time, same place. I am Aleigha, the Purpose Midwife, encouraging you to be the best version of you. Love y'all. Have a great night and a great rest of your week.